Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chasing Fruit Loops. I am Princess Jerry Cannoli, and next to me is my really good friend Joe Caravella.
How you doing, folks?
All right, Joe. Joe had a great show yesterday up in Seacliff at the beach pub, Blue Iguana.
Yep, the Beach Club of the Blue Iguana.
In
yep.
Seacliff. What an amazing time we had. It was just way so much fun. And Joe, once again,
I played my acoustic guitar.
He did. He was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you.
All right, my love. What's going on?
Well, it's a usual thing. When we're not talking music, we're talking politics, right?
No, let's talk music. Go. Tell us what you got first.
Oh, okay.
Let's do this.
We can do that.
Let's
All right.
do this.
We'll digress to the music first.
Yeah.
Well, I got a whole lot of shows coming up. I'll try to read it and look into the camera at the same time. Hey, folks, if you're not doing anything this month of June, I got a whole lot of shows coming up. I got June 6th at Jesse's on the Water, which is over in, I think that's East Rockaway.
Okay.
Which is a nice little venue. The food is actually really good there, so come and get your eats on. On June 11th, I'm in Tropics Bayou on the Nautical Mile in Freeport. That's from 5 to 9. Oh, the Jesse's on the Water show is from 3 to 7, and that's with my bass player from my band, The Rain. For those of you who have not watched this show and don't know much about me, I'm in a band called The Rain, although we're not playing live much this year because the venues that have bands are still a little more restricted than places that have solo and duos. So me and Ben from The Rain will be at Jesse's on the Water from 3 to 7 on June 6th. On June 11th, we're at the Tropics from 5 to 9. On June 12th, which is the following day, I'm also on the Nautical Mile at E.B. Elliott's from 3 to 7.
That place is hot.
Yeah, it's a good spot. Then me and Ben are playing on June 13th at a place in Whitestone, Queens called the End Zone. And the End Zone is pretty famous because they've filmed episodes of Blue Bloods and some other notable TV shows.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, at that bar. So it's a cool bar. And we'll be playing in the yard outdoors, and I think they're going to have barbecue and food and stuff going on. So that's always a place to be. And on June 16th, the End Zone show is from 2 to 5. And it said E.B. Elliott's from 3 to 7. Then on June 16th, I'm back at the Blue Iguana, so bring your friends, Jerry. And I'm there from 5 until 9.
Roseanne, Valerie, Nico, you know what we're doing on the 16th.
There you go. I think that's a Wednesday, I think, June 16th, I believe.
It's a Wednesday.
It is a Wednesday, yes.
Yeah,
All right, but that's okay. From 5 to 9, it's still a good time to come out. On June 18th, I'm in Bartini's in Babylon, Long Island. And then on June 24th,
from 7:30 to 10:30.
And that's also with Ben. And then on June 24th, me and Ben are at Tropics again from 5 to 9. June 26th, I'm at this new place in Williston Park called Casa dos Frangos. It's on Willis Avenue in Casa dos Frangos. It's Portuguese, like my last name. It's Caravella, even though I'm Sicilian. All right. That was nice.
I love
There
this
you go.
guy.
And on June 30th, we're back at the Blue Iguana from 5 to 9. And I think June 30th is with Ben. I can't be positive.
Okay.
But I think it is. If not, it's just me.
Hey, yesterday was great. We were open arm welcome.
Yep.
Steve Wurtzel popped in later on.
Steve Wurtzel from Music Ovation Entertainment.
Yeah, he popped in. I was chatting with him for a while. Yep. A few other people we were chatting with. What a nice time. What a really nice time.
Steve's my booking agent. He's a great guy, and he gets me lots of work. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
He's very awesome.
We like money, right?
I love money.
Money, money, money.
Absolutely. Cash is king.
Yeah. So you said politics.
What
What shall we talk about, Joe?
Well, we should also give the people a little backstory. Those who have not watched previous episodes, I'm also, besides being a rock musician extraordinaire,
am I supposed to go tsh or
that
something?
again, yeah. Ba-dum bump.
Womp womp.
And womp womp. I'm also an elected official in Queens, District 27, Flushing, Fresh Meadows, Forest Hills. Is that me?
No, it might be my hair.
Rubbing on your microphone there?
Yeah,
Yeah, it ain't me. I'm just.
it is you.
It is me. There you go.
Ding dong, elevator's not going up tonight.
Don't touch
But
the
Joe is an
microphone.
elected official.
Yes, I am. Me leaving out looking like this. People voted for me.
Well, I'd vote for you.
Why the hell not? I know what I'm doing.
Exactly.
All right. So, what do you think of this situation with Bill and Mr. Melinda Gates?
First of all, Mr. Gates is on my list big time. I don't, he's just out of control. He's not a fucking, oh, sorry. He's not a,
Language.
I know, I have potty now. I have to put money in the curse jar.
Put money in the
I should
curse
just
jar.
start with a $20 bill.
You should, then work your
Yeah,
way
I
down.
know, work my way down, exactly. But
Well-
no, he's not a doctor, and he's created,
The vaccine?
that's not a vaccine, it's a shot. It's a shot.
It's the Moderna one, not the Pfizer. The Pfizer one is legitimate, believe it or not. I've actually did a little research into
Okay.
that. Pfizer one, yeah, you know what? I'm not one for vaccinations anyway, although I've had my share of them over the course of my life.
Right.
You know, I've had the measles one, the mumps one, the polio one.
Yeah,
the
we had that all
the
back.
rubella. I still got
Yeah.
I still got my vicious
So do
scar
I.
on my bicep there, whatever the hell that is, tricep.
I got the same thing.
You know, so I got no problems with vaccines from the general standpoint. I was vaccinated for everything from yellow fever to malaria when I was in the Army because I was supposed to go over to the Middle East, and God knows what they have floating around in the water and whatnot there.
Like those camel spiders.
Yeah, camel spiders. Ooh. You know, I thought those were only in Australia, but they might be in the Middle East too.
I
Who the hell
don't
knows?
know.
Anyway, but yeah, so I was kind of pretty serious vaccine there. I've been exposed to the COVID virus. I've been in the presence of 20 different people who've had it, and I did not contract it, oddly enough. So I'm either immune, very lucky, or
It's not as strong as they say.
maybe the vaccine that I got in the military in 1991 is helped a little bit, I guess, because they remember they said the chloroquine,
Yeah,
that stuff, right? Which was
hydrochloroquine.
hydrochloroquine that they gave our wonderful former president Donald Trump shit over. I said shit. Do I have to put $1 in? I said it twice. I got to put $2 in the jar.
Yeah, might as well.
All right. But anyway, they gave him a lot of grief.
I don't know
Grief.
why, because the stuff works.
Yeah, and they treat malaria with that, and I believe that the hydrochloroquine was in the vaccine that I got from the military. So that might have something to do with it. I don't know. I also, during the whole pandemic, I was taking oodles of zinc. I was actually taking a double dose
Yeah.
of zinc, which they tell you you're not supposed to do, but I was doing it anyway. I was taking, I take 3 baby aspirins because one of the things that this virus does, and a lot of people aren't aware of this, and I've spoken with a few of my physicians, I have Crohn's disease, so I have an autoimmune disease, which means I am really at risk of catching any kind of crap. I mean, if someone has a cold and is next to me, I'll catch a cold, like, you know?
Right.
So you can't even breathe on me. And I was in the presence of like 18 to 20 people, 2 of whom died from the COVID. So, and I was near them when they had it. So needless to say, I'm either very lucky or I'm immune. But I also have an inhalator which has an active ingredient in it, which they use to treat people in the hospitals with that same medicine. People who have the coronavirus are treated. That's my normal asthma medicines. I take it daily. So that might have something to do with it. So I'm foregoing getting the vaccination.
Look at this. One of my girlfriends just wrote in and said, I got vaccinated in January and caught COVID in April.
Yeah, see, the stuff like that I find troublesome.
So do I.
Now, but which one did she get? Did she get the Johnson & Johnson? Because that one is like, you know, that's like drinking kaopectate when you got dysentery. It's not going to help you. You know?
Hey.
That's the one I did.
Oh, you got the Johnson & Johnson?
Oh, you got
that's
the shot up?
That's only 60% effective.
They say 85.
Oh, it's 85 now, but it was 60 at the beginning.
Pfizer's 95.
Yeah, Pfizer's is legit.
Supposedly.
That's if I was good.
Shots.
if I was going to get any of the vac, I wouldn't get that AstraZeneca one. That's the one that was killing people. Like, you get the shot, you die the next day. And then you had the Moderna one, which people have been having some really serious adverse. And Moderna is the one that's got Fauci and Gates's fingerprints. Or they got their fingerprints are all over that, like David Lee Roth's fingerprints were all over Steve Perry's inner thighs. Yeah, I went there.
I love you. I do. You're as bad as I am.
But a little more eloquent.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm just downright. I just say it the way it
geez.
is. I dropped that bomb. I don't,
You know, the funny thing is, I have Tourette's. Okay, I don't know if you. I hate to draw attention to it, but some people in TV land might see my shoulder going up and down. I've actually learned to take all my tics, my facial tics, my verbal outbursts, and transfer them all to this one shoulder. So I have Tourette's, and I don't drop as many F-bombs as she does.
Well, maybe I have Tourette's and I don't know it yet.
Yeah.
I'll have to talk to my doctor.
There you go.
Just get a paper that says I have it anyway.
But Gates is, the thing that troubles me about Gates is this is a guy who couldn't stop a virus or malware from infecting his Windows Microsoft systems. This guy's system is the most atrocious system in the world. And if I had all the money back for every computer I've lost because Microsoft can't protect itself from a virus, how is this guy's vaccination going to stop me from getting COVID? I mean, come on. Give me a break.
My girlfriend goes, oh my God, he's so funny.
Okay.
Robin, this is Joe, and this is the way he is.
This would
and
be
I love
724.
every minute. 724. My friend Al writes Gates is an idiot.
That's right. He's an imbecile.
Yeah, but what gets me is everybody thinks like he's so great and everything, and meanwhile he's just out there to destroy people.
Well, you know what it is this guy isn't as smart. I mean, he's smart. He's very smart because you don't make $166 billion by being an imbecile. But what he did do is he has some ideas. So this is how most of these guys do it. They have some ideas, and then they yell at all their technicians, get it done, get it done, get it done. So, he goes da-da-da-da-da, and then he has 100 guys who
do it.
So he didn't build Windows and Microsoft. It was his idea. It was his formula, but he got other people to do the shit for him. Oh, I said shit again.
This is a great show.
Okay, but needless to say, he's incompetent. And the other thing I'm not particularly caring for is his now found affiliation with the not late great Jeffrey Epstein. That guy's about as alive as me and Jerry are right here.
You think?
I'm positive.
You really think he's alive?
Well, we touched upon this in our last show a month ago. All right, I worked for a medical examiner when I was younger, in my 20s, and I was working there during the height of the AIDS pandemic. And yes, AIDS was a pandemic. Okay,
Yeah.
and back then when
That was pretty scary back
when
then.
I was working with sharp instruments in blood infected with AIDS, there's a 100% fatality rate, as opposed to COVID, which has always been 99.98 survival rate, which means if you got COVID, 0.2%. It's a 0.02% or some shit like that.
0.02, yeah.
Yes, died, and the rest of the world survived. With AIDS, if you got AIDS, you're dead, and you died from the most miserable forms of cancer and respiratory illnesses. So it wasn't a pleasant thing, and it didn't stop people from
doing the
doing the horizontal mambo. But yet with this thing where most 99% of the people survive, people walking around with like these freaking muzzles on their face, and now that the CDC and the people are vaccinated and people have had the disease itself, and people had the disease and were vaccinated, so their immune system is completely good to go, and people are still walking around with these masks of fealty, as I like to call them, because this is all a political thing, and then anybody who thinks it's not is an idiot. You've been played, people. They saw sucker on your forehead, and they knew that you'd be scared, witless, and they saw you guys coming.
All right, hold on. Let's take a quick commercial break, and then we'll
Certainly.
go back to Gates.
Yes.
Run, Bobby, run! I'm making Bobby run. We're going to take a commercial break. ALJ Service Center, 2100 Belmore Avenue in Belmore. Ray and the crew have an outstanding reputation in the Belmore community, built by hard work, honesty, and professionalism. ALJ specializes in computer diagnostics for today's modern automobiles. Whether it's domestic or foreign, ALJ assures your vehicle is at peak performance when it leaves. ALJ also offers expert restoration and repair on vehicles as well as antique, classic, and muscle cars. Call ALJ for your automotive needs. 516-409-4433. Once again, that number is 516-409-4433.
This is Jerry Ann Casola. She has just finished working on a collection of short stories about the love and joy rescue animals can bring. Each chapter contains a message about how people should and could be kinder to animals. The book is rated G, meaning family friendly. To order Life in the Pits, send $13 to paypal.me/Jerry-Ann Casola.
My circus, not my monkey. Monkey see, monkey do, monkey see. Yeah, but I ain't you.
Pit of Our Souls, a nonprofit animal rescue that deals primarily with pit bulls but will never turn away any dog, no matter what breed or size. Their primary focus is not only to rescue and rehome those in need, but to educate and rehabilitate to prevent the cycle from continuing. Pit of Our Souls offers boarding, training, and as much assistance as possible to those in need. Call Pit of Our Souls 516-308-6221 or check out their website www.pitofoursoulsrescue.com. And we're back with the fabulous Joe Caravella. So we were talking about Mr. Epstein, and I want to know how you know he's still alive.
I'm going to tell you how we know.
Okay.
Well, as I had mentioned before we took the break, I used to work for the morgue at North Shore University Hospital, and I, for a short, very brief period of time, I worked for the Nassau County Medical Examiner over in East Meadow.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and I used to perform autopsies, and I did this during the height of the AIDS pandemic. So, yeah, I used to cut up dead people for a living.
That's fucking cool. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That was a 2-for-1. Sorry.
So, one thing I know, and I used to have to sometimes go and pick up bodies from locations and then bring them to the morgue, which was part of my duties. And the one thing you never do, ever, is where the public can see it, move the body with any part of the body exposed. You just don't, okay? And the pictures that they have taken outside of the tombs in lower Manhattan with Epstein on the gurney going to the meat wagon with his face exposed. No. There's a number of reasons. First off, OSHA and HIPAA laws prohibit it. If for no other reason, privacy, okay? And even though Jeffrey Epstein is a public nuisance official, or whatever he was, personality, he still had a certain right to privacy even in death. And it would never be permitted by law, okay? And the pictures of him on the gurney, with his mouth open like this, obviously staged. It is staged. He has too much money behind him. He had too many friends in high places. Bill Clinton and Bill Gates and a slew of others. And And it's just so funny that the moment this guy died, suddenly Harvey Weinstein, right? Because I think personally, he's in witness protection.
Weinstein?
No, Epstein.
Epstein, yeah.
He's in witness protection, and he dropped dimes on. He's got a whole list. He had that black book. Remember they said he had a black book that they were going to eventually release
Right.
all the names and the individuals.
Yeah, where is that book?
Your guess is as good as mine. But it just so happens that Kevin Spacey, James Franco, there's a whole slew of Hollywood actors and big name people, established, really famous people who now suddenly are under investigation. Bill Cosby's in prison.
Wow.
Harvey Weinstein. So these were all people that were absolutely on the list with Epstein. And this guy was scum, human scum, plankton. He was lower than plankton. He's like an amoeba, with even less humanity than an amoeba. An amoeba had more humanity than Jeffrey Epstein.
Probably a bad personality, too.
Probably. And, so this is an obvious, diversion. And there's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, you can sit there and sound like a crazy conspiracy theorist, but as I said, I have experience with stuff like that, and I know a little bit about OSHA and HIPAA laws, and that would not be permitted. It just would not be permitted. They wouldn't do it because they weren't trying to revive him, because he was already supposedly dead. So they wouldn't be reviving him walking.
Don't they
out
bring
of
him
the
out in a bag normally?
Yes.
Oh, so they just threw a sheet on? Because I didn't see
They didn't
any
even
of that.
throw a sheet on him. He was basically
there's-
on a gurney in his like prison freaking drabs.
Yeah, there's something wrong there.
No, it's obvious. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to put two and two together. It's just,
Well, we still have people walking around wearing masks, so
yeah, well,
might need some rocket scientists there.
so there's all kinds of crap going on. But Bill Gates has got his hands in the Jeffrey Epstein cookie jar.
I think that's why the wife left him.
Absolutely, why he left.
Didn't
Well,
she?
he
didn't
left.
she?
He, it, they.
Yeah, whatever.
Ooh,
Didn't she drop the dime on him?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man! So he
Well-
goes from Bill Gates, Mr. Dr. Bill Gates, because he's a self-proclaimed doctor over there. He goes to live in the high life, and then his wife drops the dime on him because he's Mr. Pedophile on Epstein's Island.
And now he loses half of his $166 billion.
Way to go, girlfriend!
Good for her. Now she can afford to get the rest of her transition surgeries.
What?
Well, everybody knows she's about as much as a guy as Michelle Obama is.
No.
Of course. Ever seen her face? She looks like that guy who's the health freaking advisor for the Biden administration. Which was
Oh my God!
that thing. Man, that guy makes Divine look hot.
Divine was great.
Huh?
Divine was great. You knew who Divine was.
Yeah, but Divine wasn't the prettiest person in the
No.
world. This guy makes Divine look hot. That's how ugly that dude is.
Divine was great in Hairspray.
I like Divine. John Waters is a very unusual guy, but that's a conversation for another day with
Yeah, for
LA
sure.
Sean. But there's a lot of stuff going on that people just, they don't want to accept it. But it's funny that Michelle Obama was supposedly one of the first females to graduate from Harvard with some kind of law degree or something like that, whatever she's got a degree in.
Yeah.
Right, but her name is nowhere on the register of graduates and the alumni. But Michael Bennett or something like that, which is supposedly her dead name.
Her dead name.
Her dead name.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, hey, you know what? Somebody put the phone number up for this, so people call in. I don't know how much time we have left, but
we still got like a good
if
half hour.
anybody wants to get on the air, make
Anybody
comments.
wants to comment, wants to insult us,
no, I don't-
say something nice.
Yeah, if
Because, if you insult us, we're going to rag on
we're
you.
gonna
because
insult
we're
you
good like
back.
that.
We're gonna insult you back. So be nice. You
good.
play nice. We play nice.
Well, we tag team him, man. I'm going to get him good.
We'll-
I believe it's 516-945-9099, Bob? All right. 516-945-9099. Anybody want to call in and chat with us?
Yeah,
we'll be
chat
glad
along.
to talk to you.
Absolutely, or at least talk some sense to you, if that's what's necessary.
And don't call with a mask on because we'll really piss off. So yeah, they're lifting the mask mandate.
Yeah.
So I think after the summer, they're gonna put us back on a lockdown. You watch.
You think they're going to say that it's flu season again, so
Oh
it's going to be...
yeah.
I don't think so.
No, you don't think?
And I'm going to tell you why. Because 1/3 of the American population has been vaccinated. 1/3 of the American population has had the COVID already. So herd immunity is already underfoot. And now they're offering incentive for
Oh
the,
yeah.
Get Met tickets.
I'm getting cheeseburger. I'm getting
or
some
get like
cream.
get what is it? The lottery of
And they have to
$5 million.
They have to push this vaccine, and it's not a vaccine; it's a shot. It's two totally
vaccines
different
are
things.
shots. Vaccines
No,
are
no,
shots.
no. Vaccines and shots are totally different. The vaccine has to be FDA approved. The only thing the FDA did approve was to push it through for
the
emergency use. All right, so
Well, I mean,
it
the
did
pandemic would certainly
basically,
constitute an emergency.
everybody that got vaccinated is a trial guinea pig.
Is what?
A trial guinea pig.
Pretty much.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
know, you're going to see 10 years from now, and if you took this shot, you have to call us, and you're not going to get anything because you signed a paper waiving your rights.
Well, exactly.
So
and
you're
not only
a
that,
lab
but,
rat,
but
sorry.
there'd probably be a situation where nothing will happen to you for these 10 years, and the medical statute of limitations runs out after 7, so you pretty much,
Yeah, yankety yank.
yankety yank. So all things being equal, as I said, I'm not here to make people doubt anything, but information is good to have. It's good to just kind of, do some research, look into stuff, dig deep. We got the internet at our fingertips. It doesn't
You can
take
find anything on the internet.
it really
It's
doesn't take
amazing.
much to just inform yourself better and just look at the world and what's going on around us. There's a lot of shady shit happening, and it's just, the WHO is basically China's lapdog, and they can't make up their mind because they keep flip flopping. It came from natural mutations from bats to
whatever.
to cats to humans, in China, or was it in the lab from Wuhan, or there's saying that the United States military stationed in China caused it, and they got 800 different reasons of how this thing started.
Yeah, but we know how it started.
It started in the lab,
Exactly.
because Fauci and Gates financed the research, so they can either weaponize it or they want to depopulate the planet, particularly Gates.
Well, yeah, he wants it under like 500 million or something like that.
Yeah, he's been a
Hell-bent.
big proponent of depopulation. And this other thing is that I'm noticing, and not to take away from anybody's lifestyle or choices that they make in life, all right, but you know what? They want to stop people from reproducing. They want people to stop reproducing. And I don't know if anybody's noticed this, but every time I turn on the TV, every time there's a commercial, there's like a gay couple. In every commercial, and it's all good to find that people are being represented. I got no problems with people being represented from all walks of life. That's all good and fine. But you know what? I don't want this shoved down my throat. I have no interest in being gay. And I don't give a shit what people do in the privacy of their bedrooms. I don't. You want to do what you're going to do it. Have a blast. But I don't need it in my face because I'm not going to share what's going on in my bedroom. I'm hetero, but I'm not going to share what goes on in my bedroom with you. I don't want to know.
You can swing from the damn chandelier. I don't
want to know. I don't care. I don't give two bleeps what you do in your bedroom. Keep that shit to yourself.
We need a gong.
Keep that to yourself, man. You know what? We all know you're out there. Who cares?
I agree with you 100%.
We know you're out there. Who gives two bleeps?
Bleepity bleep.
All right, do what you gotta do. Go do what you gotta do.
What
Strap,
was-
strap it on. Whatever you gotta do to make yourself happy. Okay? But I don't care, and most Americans don't fucking care. We don't care,
Look, I don't want to know what Joe does in his bedroom either.
and that's from my girlfriend.
Joanne, I love you. I love you.
That's why she's my girlfriend.
Awesome. That is too funny. You told me something about a school teacher.
Yeah, school
That's,
teacher.
I wanted to know what
There
that
was
was
a
all
gay
about.
school teacher in Brooklyn who had supposed to be teaching like a sex ed class or some kind of human health class. It's a kind of a health class. And she basically spent a curriculum in pushing the LGBTQ agenda on the students, telling them how to surf for fetish porn, and I'm
What?
fetish porn.
I know that, but a teacher?
A teacher. All right, now if I was a parent and my kid was in that school,
I yank him right out.
I'd put my kid right the frick out of that school. Are you kidding me? That's not your place to teach my kids. I don't have any kids, and I am so glad I never had children in today's
Not in this
society.
day and age.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. No,
It's crazy out there.
There's this lunacy going on out there. And as I said, I don't have a problem with anybody's sexual lifestyle. Do what you got to do. We all have our picadillos in life, and then we all have our kinks and fetishes and whatever. Keep it to yourself. And don't foist your agenda onto other people's children. It's messed up. It's just
Well, they're
messed
also
up.
trying to get the kids vaccinated too. Well, to get them the
without
shot.
without
parents'
permission.
Which
You know
is
what?
bullshit.
It's out of hand. It's out of hand. It reminds me of when
We're out of hand with this cursing tonight.
Well, the key is like a few years ago when HPV, the human papillomavirus,
Yeah.
another wonderful virus, that they started trying to force kids to get that vaccine without parents' knowledge. Without you don't need consent in the school, and that's ridiculous because a lot of these kids are not old enough to make informed decisions. But it's like they wanted the people who are out there pushing the puberty blocking drugs. And
To like a 3-year-old.
to a 3-year-old. When I was 3 years old, I was busy playing with my G.I. Joe doll, and I wasn't looking in his pants for his non-genitals. I was, I was playing with his Jeep and his rocket launcher.
Well, my Barbie stole the Jeep and the rocket launcher.
Playing with his rocket launcher.
What was that, Bob? Say that louder.
Yeah, you play with the rocket launcher. But you get what I'm saying. It's just, this kid, these are kids who just got past sucking their thumb, and you want to teach them about sucking other things? Get out of town. Okay?
That's like
It's
crap.
not appropriate. It's wrong. Let kids have their innocence. Let them grow up and make their own decision. The sex reassignment surgeries that they're pushing on people nowadays. Stop it. Stop it. Because without people being hetero, there's no more propagating of the species. Okay? So stop this shit. You know what? This is the shit show. Hey, welcome to the shit show.
Chasing Fruit Loops is now called the shit show. We're good together.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Ready
we
for the-
laugh
ready
our
for the-
ass.
Are you
Yeah.
ready for the next commercial break?
No, maybe. You think we should? Okay, let's take a commercial break. ALJ Service Center, 2100 Belmore Avenue in Belmore. Ray and the crew have an outstanding reputation in the Belmore community, built by hard work, honesty, and professionalism. ALJ specializes in computer diagnostics for today's modern automobiles. Whether it's domestic or foreign, ALJ assures your vehicle is at peak performance when it leaves. ALJ also offers expert restoration and repair on vehicles as well as antique, classic, and muscle cars. Call ALJ for your automotive needs. 516-409-4433. Once again, that number is 516-409-4433.
4433.
This is Jerry Ann Casola. She has just finished working on a collection of short stories about the love and joy rescue animals can bring. Each chapter contains a message about how people should and could be kinder to animals. The book is rated G, meaning family friendly. To order Life in the Pits, send $13 to paypal.me/Jerryann Casola.
I'm just a lone, lost town, struck by a hole in my heart. Oh, not my circus, not my monkey. Monkey see, monkey do, monkey see. Yeah, but I ain't you.
Pit of Our Souls, a nonprofit animal rescue that deals primarily with pit bulls but will never turn away any dog, no matter what breed or size. Their primary focus is not only to rescue and rehome those in need, but to educate and rehabilitate to prevent the cycle from continuing. Pit of Our Souls offers boarding, training, and as much assistance as possible to those in need. Call Pit of Our Souls 516-308-6221 or check out their website www.pitofoursoulsrescue.com.
And we're back from Bobby Lacera's fabulous Paradise Studios. Again, my guest tonight is the fabulous Mr. Joe Caravella.
Musician and local Queens politician.
Go over your
I want to
your
go through this
band
whole
stuff
list
again.
again.
Let's do the
This whole
band stuff
hoity-toity-toy.
before
Right.
we go political again.
Yeah, we got June 6th at Jesse's on the Water from 3 to 7. June 11th at Tropics Bayou on the Nautical Mile from 5 to 9. June 12th at E.B. Elliott's, also on the Nautical Mile in Freeport from 3 to 7. June 13th at the End Zone outdoors from 2 to 5 p.m. in Whitestone, Queens. June 16th, the Blue Iguana from 5 to 9 p.m. June 18th at Bartini's in Babylon, and that's from 7:30 to 10:30. June 24th, again at Tropics Bayou from 5 to 9. On June 26th, I'm at Casa dos Frangos in Williston Park on Willis Avenue. That's from 8 to 11. And then June 30th, the Blue Iguana in Seacliff yet again from 5 to 9. So that takes care of the music. Oh, little interesting news. I've been in Facebook jail basically for 9 months. I just got out of, I got out of jail today.
And when are you going back in?
The even money's on 6 days.
Get out of here.
People-
They're taking bets for
People
6
are taking
days?
bets. Yeah, the even money's in 6 days.
Wow.
Yeah. The shorter odds are 2 to 1 that I'll be in Facebook jail by the end of the show. Which is always a
You
possibility.
know,
It's
I
on
have
my
never
profile.
been in Facebook jail. The only thing that they did to me once was they just blocked me
reprimanded
from, no,
you.
they blocked me from posting in groups for like
Yeah.
24 hours.
Yeah, that's only because they think you're spamming. That's why they do that.
I'm sorry
which is
that I work too
ridiculous.
fast, but you know, I want to get my show out there.
Yep. So, so while I was in Facebook jail for essentially 9 months, my
friend Al says 5 days.
my band, The Rain, REIGN, we are very good. We got a lot of material out, but we released 2 singles because we're in the middle of recording our 3rd album, and we do a lot of cover shows and stuff. So we're pretty good at recording a cover song relatively fast. So we've been releasing cover song singles in between our 2nd album, which came out in March of 2020. And we're starting our 3rd album. So the 3rd album is going to take about 2 to 3 years to complete because we put a lot of music on an album, about 20 songs. but we don't want fans to forget us, and we don't want people to people are fickle. So if you don't stay in their face constantly, they lose interest, or they jump ship to the new flavor of the week.
New flavor
of the week.
Wow.
So so we released 2 cover song singles, one in April and one in May. We did a cover of Big Star's "I'm in Love with a Girl," which was written by Alex Chilton. He was in Big Star, and before that he was the singer of the Box Tops, with The Letter, The Cry Like a Baby, and Soul Deep. So he was a great songwriter, and so we covered one of his songs, which was "I'm in Love with a Girl." And then in early May we released a cover of the Squeeze classic, "Take Me, I'm Yours," although we did a complete rearrangement of it. We completely did not do what the Squeeze's version. What we did was we made it our own.
Cool.
And now we just finished mixing and mastering our next cover song single, which will come out at the end of August, called "I'll Feel a Whole Lot Better," which was written by Gene Clark of the Byrds, which was, the Byrds did the original, and Tom Petty covered it on his Full Moon Fever album. So we did our Rain version of it, and we stayed pretty faithful to the Byrds and Petty versions. And more harmonies, so we did bigger harmonies than either the Byrds or Petty. So, because we're very Beatlesque anyway. So that's so we got the 2 singles that already came out in April and May. We got another one coming out in August, and we got a few more that are going to come out at the end of the year. We got "No Matter What" by Badfinger, written by Peter Ham, the late great Peter Ham. That'll be coming out in October. And then we did a version of Led Zeppelin's "The Immigrant Song," which will be coming out for Christmas. Or actually, I want to release it for Thanksgiving, being that we're all immigrants. And the Pilgrims, broke bread with the Indians, and we come from the land of the ice and snow and the midnight sun, the hot winds, hot springs below. Yeah, I actually managed to hit those notes without having to apply pliers to my genitals.
I love Joe. He's so out there. You're great.
We get the old pliers.
Okay.
And
And what else?
but we got a few more that are in the works. We got a few more cover songs that we're going to be recording. We haven't started them yet, but they're on the list of things to do while we're recording the 3rd album. A song called "Between You and Me," which was by a band called the Yahoos, which featured Dan Baird from the Georgia Satellites. So we'll be covering that song. We're covering "Sorry" by the Smithereens, the late great Pat Denizio. We're covering "You Didn't Have to Be So Nice" by the Loving Spoonful.
Oh, wow.
And we're going to be covering "Hand Me Down World" by the Guess Who, Burton Cummings. And I don't think Randy Bachman was in the band at that time when they did "Hand Me Down World." So, but yeah, so we got a bunch of cover songs that will be coming out and released, and then hopefully by the end of 2024 or early 2025, the 3rd Rain album will be released. But everything that we already have released, which is about 47 songs, are available on Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Tidal, on Apple Music, iTunes,
Cool.
Amazon MP3, Google Play, Deezer, Napster. Napster still exists. I had no idea.
Get out of here.
Yeah, it still exists.
Still exists?
But you got to pay for it.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's no longer illegal file sharing, but it's still has a similar kind of makeup. But
Right.
but you pay like $10 a month, and then you can download as many songs as you want. So yeah, we're available on all those sites, and we're doing quite well. I think we just recently, our entire catalog, not just the one song would be great if it was one song, but we just surpassed 1 million streams
Nice.
for our entire catalog. Now, if it was one song, it would be great. But
Right.
unfortunately, they might be rich.
Yay.
But no such luck.
All right, so what else do you got for us?
Yeah, so we got the shows, we got the released music and the upcoming music that'll be coming out. And I think that's about it for the music. So let's go back to crapping on Bill Gates.
Oh, right.
Or we can shift the downshift into loose diarrhea, and we can take a huge dump on Nancy Pelosi's nephew, Gavin Newsom, who
I hate her.
Yeah, I can't stand her either.
You know what?
She's
When they say keep your masks off, she really should just keep her mask on. Totally keep it on.
yeah. But California got the required signatures for a recount to have Gavin Newsom removed from office, but he's fighting it, and he's trying to pass a law which would circumvent the recall laws. That if you get 1.6, something like over 1 million signatures, and they got 1.6. So California wants him gone. And then you got people who are leaving California and they're going to Texas. And this is something that's really great. Governor Abbott of Texas, the great Texas governor, the Californians, the Democrats from California, have downshifted to Texas, Austin in particular, which is, that's like Music Central in Texas. Right? That bothers me. And they're turning Austin, Texas into a California tent city. So Governor...
Another Pelosi shit show?
So, yeah, and they're trying to Californianize Texas. And Governor Abbott's like going, oh, no, you don't. So he's filing laws to have, he wants the cops and he wants the National Guard to come and physically remove all these homeless people that have migrated from California to Texas, because it's already, he's got the insanity of Joe Biden's immigration law flooding Texas with hundreds of thousands of people from South America, many of whom have not been properly tested for COVID. Now here we're worried about keeping our own citizens masked, but we're letting people from Ecuador and Guatemala and Mexico or wherever the hell.
With no immunization whatsoever.
Just come on in, hey.
Yeah.
And tell you what, we're going to give you money, and we're going to give you houses, and we're going to give you free food.
What's this? Well, hold on. Joanne said, don't forget about Santos banning transgender women from competing in sports. Thank God.
Yes.
Thank God.
Yes, that is fantastic. That is fantastic. And I'm loving the fact that that the governor of Florida is basically, told people, if you get into a confrontation with Antifa, feel free to run them over with your vehicles.
I love that.
Ron DeSantis. It's Ron DeSantis.
Yes, DeSantis. He's great.
And I think that's maybe who Joanne is talking about. She says Santo. I think it's Ron DeSantis. But there's been a big thing. They're trying to stop the transgender bodybuilders from competing at the
Just because you put a dress on, it does not make you a woman. To be a woman, you have to have one of these. If you're a man, you have one of these. Joe loves me. Joe loves me.
You are criminally insane.
I am not criminally insane. I'm just insane. Not a criminal yet.
But yeah, yeah, they don't want, it's not fair to the girls. Men, not from looking at me, you would never notice, but men generally have much better body mass, muscle body mass than a typical female. All right? So whereas if I was weightlifting, I could bench press at least 175 to 200 pounds at the very least.
Nice.
And I'm in no shape to be lifting much of anything outside of a can of beer. And, honest, truth be truth, And if she was weightlifting, I wouldn't expect her to be able to lift anywhere near what I could lift.
It's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
It's just not going to happen.
It's just we're genetically different. So you put this guy, just because he had his pecker lopped off.
Or he just tucked it and taped it.
Or he tucked it and taped it. Got some hormones, grew a few boobs, and now suddenly he's deadlifting 600 pounds, and these girls are at a 400-pound disadvantage.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
And then we have to respect them. Then they're allowed in my bathroom? I don't think so. If a guy is in my bathroom, says one wrong word to me, he's going down like a ton of bricks.
It gets to the point where do you draw the line? Should we have LeBron James play in the WNBA since he's the world's biggest pussy anyway?
I love
Yes.
you.
Yes. LeBron James, you're a pussy. You're a pussy. LeBron James, and I would say that to your 7-foot face. Of course, I'd need a couple of step ladders, but I would call
And
you.
my taser.
And I wouldn't need a
my
taser.
taser.
I'd just kick his ass. Okay? LeBron James, you're a puss. Okay? Why don't you go play in the WNBA? Since you're so whatever. All right?
All right.
No, it's just not fair. It is.
No, it's not.
It is
Men
not fair.
should stay in men's sports, and
Women
women
should
stay
stay-
in women's sports.
You know
there
what?
are 2 genders. There are not 25 genders. Okay.
Okay.
2.
If
Male,
if Jerry was a quarterback for the New York Giants.
Oh, I get cremated.
And I was a linebacker for the New York Jets, I'd flatten her ass.
He would. I mean,
Yeah,
just because I got boobies and everything, it doesn't mean,
Boobies have nothing to do with quarterbacks.
No.
Unless, of course, you're Tom Brady.
Well, unless you fall on top of me and you pop my implants, then there's going to be a big problem.
Well, I was going to say Tom Brady needs a breast implants himself.
All right.
Is another pussy.
All right. We are at that wonderful time where
We got to say
have to
goodbye.
go- we have to go
Now that
so long,
we've
farewell.
We've
We hate to
insulted
see
just
you
about
go.
everybody on the planet.
All right. Well, first I have to thank my sponsors, which is Ray from ALJ Service Center, Russ and Joanne from the Hitman Blues Band. We have Pit of Our Souls Rescue. I have to thank Bobby Lacera for putting up with me because I'm probably his biggest freaking nightmare. Joe, thank you once again for being on.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for the wonderful performance yesterday.
Thank you. As I said, folks, come see me play. I'm a lot more pleasant when I'm my music than I am when I got my political opinions.
Hold on. And we have to say thank you to our viewers because without the
Yes.
viewers, we don't have a show.
That is true. That is very true. And please go to Spotify, look for The Reign, REIGN. We're pretty easy to find because most of our music album covers are purple for royalty and the gold lettering. So we got the Long Wait album and the Storm album. So go to Spotify and stream away. We get 1/8 of a penny each time you listen to a song. So listen to about 8 songs so I can make a penny.
All right. We'll see you guys next week on Chasing Fruit Loops. Toodles.